devices, in your bathroom, in your kitchen, in your brain. Bernie and Sid in the morning. Enable and open 77 WABC.
God, I love this guy. One of the biggest Jew haters in the world, though. I think him and Vanessa Redgrave give the most money to the PLO, but who doesn't love Phil Collins? Easy lover. Hey, before we talk to Tacopina, I'm really glad they arrested this piece of garbage out in Connecticut who clearly killed his wife of 5. He's got some slutty girlfriend now, and they both been actually detained.
At least she's pretty.
The wife was gorgeous.
No, I mean the girlfriend.
Not in her mugshot.
Obviously, I'm being sarcastic.
Oh, okay. No, but she's probably much prettier than the mugshot looks. And he's a very good-looking guy.
She has a nice ass, huh?
Who knows? Whatever it was, whatever she's got.
It's terrible.
Whatever she's got, it didn't inspire him to wipe out his ex-wife, or his wife, I should say.
It is an awful story. And, yeah, he killed her. And
no doubt.
The poor kids. Now he's going to be in jail, no parents.
5 little kids.
Yeah. I never get that. I mean, whatever. It's the same old story. Why kill her? Why kill kids? But that's what people do. And Joe Tacopina defends people
he
like
owed,
this.
he owed the mother-in-law $1 million.
Right. So I guess he thought by killing the daughter that would make it go away.
Who knows what other circumstances were involved? But one of the sticking points was that $1 million debt he had to the mother-in-law.
Well, that doesn't go away when you kill the daughter.
Well,
maybe in his mind, doesn't go away.
Well, maybe in his mind, hey,
should have killed the mother-in-law.
Now I get the house and custody. Maybe
now
that's
he
what
gets
he was
jail.
thinking.
Right, except
it never works out.
Except I'm the clear and obvious person that killed her.
Look, there's evil in the world. You have the woman cop out in Oceanside
who's evil too.
Contracted to kill her boyfriend, her husband. Excuse me, and her boyfriend's daughter.
Right. But that didn't go through. This one did, and it was kind of nasty.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But anyway, Joe Tacopina does make his money defending people like this. Doesn't make Joseph a bad guy. Joseph is actually a wonderful, wonderful guy and a brilliant attorney. And here he is this morning feeling like a million. Talk about me feeling great, Bernie, after being the honorary Grand Marshal at the Israeli Day Parade and getting on television with my son, which was a big deal. Well, you may remember Tacopina here last week was talking about the way his client, Meek Mill, was being treated by the Cosmopolitan Hotel in Las Vegas. And they were ready to sue these people for a lot of money. Didn't even have to go that way because, as it turns out, Cosmo has already apologized. There it is. Wow. A big win for Joe Tacopina. And here he is this morning. Good morning, Joseph.
Hey, boys. By the way, I'll point out I've represented both of you also. So
that is true.
That doesn't help your cause.
All of my clients.
No, that doesn't help your cause at all. But seriously, congratulations on the Meek Mill victory. And what was great about it, Joe, was that before you even had to really take any real legal recourse, they stepped up and apologized.
Quickly. And that was the deal. I mean, I said publicly, I said they either issue a prompt and substantial apology or we commence legal action. And we were ready to go. I mean, really were ready to go. That case was... But look, at the end of the day, they did what they had to do. We accepted their apology. It was substantial. They said they were wrong. They said they acted irresponsibly and disrespectfully. And, I guess, at the end of the day, that's what Meek was looking for, acknowledgement that he was treated unfairly, and they bowed.
Well, that's good. Congratulations to you, and how dare they? And congratulations to Meek Mill. Now, Joe Tacopina, this Central Park jogger story has resurfaced its ugly head. It seems the left always wants to rip off the scab off old wounds and try to, rile people up. But there it is. Netflix has this show on, and it's called When They See Us. And it's all that's actually a quote from Donald Trump's ad at the time calling for the death penalty. Now, Linda Fairstein is getting dragged through the coals. She's being played by Felicity Huffman. And so some people are saying it's revisionist history. Some people, there's still a question as to whether or not they're guilty, even though they won $40 million. They were awarded $40 million from the city of New York.
Yeah, that's one of the worst stories I've ever seen in the criminal justice system that I've been involved in. I'm not talking about things before I was a lawyer, but at that point, it's really, in that case, these kids were fully exonerated. It wasn't a technicality. It wasn't, they weren't deprived of their constitutional rights. They were deemed innocent. And the handling of that case was absolutely really despicable. And, Linda Fairstein, she sat at the helm. And she sat at the helm and she was the one who sealed confessions from these kids when they were under duress, and it was really something that disturbed me because it was 5 lives who were really tossed aside. And by the way, a real sociopath, a real perpetrator got away with this for far too long. So,
did you think that back at the time, or did you think that after the guy made the confession?
Well, look, I didn't know enough back at the time, right? And none of us did. I mean, we read what we read in the newspapers. It was a different world then. There wasn't, you couldn't pop on the internet and get, 50 different, versions of the event, and you couldn't have access to things. So, we knew what we were told by the police at the time. We knew what we were told by the prosecutor, by Linda Fairstein, by the office at the time. We didn't know what was out there. But what was out there was horrific violations of the law, horrific violations of constitutional rights, clearly playing on the fact that these kids were under duress. They were, they were minors. They were being taken advantage of. They were being lied to. And things that we didn't know and we didn't see at the time. So you didn't really know. But, when you hear, if you heard about the wilding and you heard about all the things that they were accused of doing, how can you think otherwise? But when the facts came out, and I think Ken Burns did a special, the Central Park 5. It was really one of the most troubling things I've ever seen on television. It really was. It brought a tear to my eye at times. It was really, really sad.
All right. I still think those kids are dirtbags, and they got away with murder. Anyway, let's move on. I don't care what the case said. Just like I knew O.J. Simpson was guilty. He got off, too, because of Clark and Darden. Those kids were anything but innocent.
No. They were innocent of the rape of
right. They're still dirtbags, all those kids. Right. Anyway, that's fine.
Okay.
Let me ask you about I'm not going to give these kids a pass. These poor kids. They got $40 million. They were out there doing bad that night. They may or may not have raped that lady. I don't know. But they're a bunch of lowlifes.
By the way, Bloomberg wouldn't settle because he thought they were guilty as well.
Yeah.
It took de Blasio to get elected to settle with those kids.
Right. Hey, let me ask you, though, about Kevin Spacey, because he's in court now, and this is a guy, you talk about having it all. This guy was at the very, very top of his game. You know that, Joe, that huge show on Netflix, House of Cards, and, well, the cards all came crumbling down. What's up with Kevin Spacey?
Well, he's in court now in Massachusetts for that one incident of fondling some teenage boy in a bar, and things are heating up. I mean, of course, the defense is now alleging that the kid deleted some things on his social media that would prove the innocence of Kevin Spacey. But, the judge ordered something significant. He ordered that the surveillance video inside the bar be turned over for the trial. So we'll see what's going to happen there. But that's another case, boy. It could be just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, there's so many allegations floating around him right now, and that's part of the challenge for the defense, right? Everyone in the world thinks this guy's a Class A creep now and a pedophile, and Netflix just cut him off at the kneecap before he's convicted of anything. So it's going to be hard. These cases are very, very hard because you have the public sentiment, and again, it's difficult. But really, it's so troubling when you read these allegations. It's unbelievable. And you're right. People who have everything. It's hard to justify. If true, it's incredibly hard to justify, and he should be taken to the cleaners on this.
He should, and it wasn't just this kid. There's been others. So there's a pattern here. Joe Tacopina, defense attorney, and we are out of time though. Otherwise, I would pursue it even further. But Joe, we love you. No matter what you think of these Central Park 5 kids, we really do. And we thank you for appearing on the Bernie and Sid Show.
Okay, guys. Talk to you next week.
All right, Joe. Look forward to it. As always, terrific job. Joe loves that book by Wayne Coffey. Every time I talk to him, because he reads stuff like you, Bernie, about the 1969 Mets. This guy's dying to come on. You may as well book him, Jill. This Wayne Coffey. Tacopina says that's one of the best books he's ever read. And he reads stuff outside of sports like Bernie. Supposedly, Coffey's book on the 69 Mets, according to Tacopina, is a winner. Talking about the Mets, they were not winners the last couple of days in Arizona. Neither were the Yankees last night at home. Neither was Toronto last night at home. The Shrewsbury Bicycle Sid's Blitz comes your way right after these short messages.
Bernie and Sid in the morning, 77 WABC.